Well, there comes a time in every great video maker's career that he just looks back and sees when time stood still. And it just makes for a better experience when you look at all the things of the past that brought you to the point that you are today in the wrestling business. And this is a video that is going to go through the periodic stages of wrestling and how it has become where it is today and where it was before. And this is my opinion when time stood still for wrestling. At number 5, it's the year 1988. Paula Abdul was burning up the charts. Howard the Duck was one of the best films in the world. And a little feud that as old as time was brewing in a federation, or a company, not a federation, down south, that was called WCW. And it was Sting and Ric Flair at the 1988 first edition of the Clash of the Champions. You had Ric Flair, that was the NWA World Champion, and WCW got bought out by Ted Turner, so they were merging companies at that time. And you had an up-and-coming star, a rookie like Sting, that was trying to make a name for himself. So they put it in the main event of the TBS promotion and event called Clash of the Champions. It was a free event. It only happened every 3 months. So Sting and Flair were the main event. And it was amazing. What a classic match. It actually had a TV time limit. And it was disqualifications. That was back when you could get disqualified for throwing somebody over the top rope. It's not like that anymore. But Sting and Flair, they had a great match. A bunch of false finishes. Sting doing the gorilla press and throwing Flair across the ring. Flair doing low, cheap shots. And Sting gets him in a scorpion deathlock. And it's just back and forth. And Sting thinks he's going to win it. And he gets him in the scorpion deathlock at the end. And it's just like they're counting down, they're coming over. There's 30 seconds of TV time remaining. And then Sting gets the scorpion on and Flair's not giving up. And the TV time runs out. And then there's no decision. No winner, no, just a split decision. And it's classic how this happened. And it really put WCW on the map. It really is one of those times that you remember for WCW that was a good match, and it put Sting on the map. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, he kicks out. The year is 2008, and Hogan and Rock are putting on a show at WrestleMania 18. Hogan has just kicked out. He's hulking up for one of the last times, and The Rock is stunned. He cannot believe he gave him a rock bottom, and he kicks out. So Hogan does the U, and then he slings him across the ropes, does the big boot, does the leg drop, and The Rock kicks out. And it's just back and forth, and Hogan is stunned, and The Rock is stunned. And then he gives him another rock bottom and buries him finally. They put on a classic match, Hogan and The Rock. The Rock gets the win, and it's actually the first time that you really see a passing of the torch through two big icons, new and old. And it was just amazing. The time really did stand still. Number 4. Number 3. I can beat him. I can beat him, Triple H. He's not going to take me down. I'm going to put my career on the line. The Undertaker cannot bury the Heartbreak Kid. It was the Heartbreak Kid and Undertaker, WrestleMania 26. The career match, the no disqualification, no count out, no end in sight. I mean, Shawn Michaels came out and looking like an angel, and the Undertaker came out looking like death. So it was the end of an era, really. I mean, Shawn Michaels was the Undertaker was the one that buried him. I mean, he pretty much retired Shawn Michaels. And it was just amazing. I mean, even though it was twice, the first time was better. But the way Shawn and Undertaker fought, and Undertaker jumped over the ring like he usually did. He can't do that anymore, but he was going down and he looked down at Shawn and he didn't want to bury him. But Shawn slapped him in the face and he went like this and told him to end it. And Undertaker ends it in WrestleMania 26. He buries Shawn Michaels, and that's the end of that. It's just the time stood still again. Number 2, Rock and Austin at WrestleMania 17. It was amazing to see these two Attitude Era builders, forefront runners, just the two main people for WWE going at it at WrestleMania. And it was just amazing. The Rock was the champion, and Stone Cold was looking for another belt before his last hurrah, pretty much. I mean, he was falling apart. He was starting to fall apart at this time. But the match starts, and they go back and forth, and just The Rock does whatever he does and starts running his mouth. And just, I mean, Austin was really having trouble with him. And The Rock gets a rock bottom. Stone Cold kicks out, and then he gets a stunner. The Rock kicks out. It was back and forth with false finishes and everything, and it's just really great chemistry between these two. It was amazing to see it come all together. But, whoa, wait a minute. It was, JR was yelling about something. What's going on in the back? Here comes Vince McMahon out, and you think that he's going to help The Rock. But no, he ends up helping out Stone Cold Steve Austin. And Stone Cold Steve Austin grabs a chair and literally beats The Rock till nothing's left of him to win the title. And it's the time that Vince McMahon and Stone Cold actually started working together. Stone Cold turns heel. So he had to do something, because it was either they were both good guys in the fans' eyes, but I think they were both heels. So it's pretty well the transition when heels became good guys. So Stone Cold sides with Vince McMahon. He wins the title, and that's the end of that. But that was amazing. Them two put on a show for the ages, and time really did stand still again. Welcome to number 1. The year was 1996. And WCW was having a beautiful, beautiful bash at the beach. They were just having a great pay-per-view. And Macho Man and Sting were on a tag team in the main event. And they were going against the Outsiders, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. And everything was going good. Sting and Macho Man were amazing. They were doing great, partnership, and they were really getting over on the Outsiders, and they're like, well, we'll show these guys, and they can't come into our federation and then try to run us out of it. What are they really going to do? Who cares if they have a third man? Who cares? It can't be nobody. I mean, there's nobody left. And then, all of a sudden, they get the better hand of Macho Man and Sting. They throw Sting out of the ring. They're both double teaming the Macho Man, and they're trying to get him to just slapping him and beating him to death. And then all of a sudden, you see Hulk Hogan walk down to the ring, and you think everything is good, everything is dandy. The crowd is going crazy. They're cheering. They're ready for Hogan to just hulk up and take care of everybody that is going against WCW. And Hall and Nash, these guys that just walk in and think they run the place. He gets in the ring, he tears his shirt off, and he's like, yeah, and the crowd's going crazy, like, do it all, beat him up, beat him up. But wait, he runs to the rope, and Macho Man is still laying there. Oh God, Hogan drops the leg on Macho Man. Dusty Rhodes, Eric Big, what's going on? What's going on? Bobby the Brain Heenan said, I told you so, I told you so. You can't just go through life and being a good guy. I told you so. Hulk Hogan turns heel. Exactly what I thought. That's what happened. Everything stood still. Everything. everything in the wrestling, even the world, even just everybody that has even watched wrestling, to see this happen was insane. I was just speechless. I didn't get over it till probably 10 years ago. I mean, it was just crazy how much impact this had on the wrestling industry and the everything. He said, "You want to know why I did this? These are the new bloods of professional wrestling." Mean Gene said, "I've been with you for years. I cannot believe you did this. I cannot believe you acted on this." And Hogan said, "If you want to hear me talk, you tell all these people to shut the hell up and I'll talk to them. I'm tired of this." And then they finally got him to quieten down, and Hogan says, "When I came here, I came from a federation up north, and I made that federation. I made them millions of dollars. I made them skyrocket to the top. There's nobody bigger than me. And then a guy promised me, Ted Turner, billionaire Ted, promised me movies, acting roles, millions and billions of dollars. And I came down here and I just said, I'm tired of it. I'm bored. And the only way I can find fun in wrestling again is to just do what I want. And this is what I want to do." So the Hollywood character was born, the Outsiders. He said, "This is the new world order of wrestling." And the rest is history. Hulk Hogan turns heel. The biggest time in professional wrestling that the world stopped turning. I know you may not agree, but that's my opinion and I'm sticking to it. That is the top 5 times that I think that pro wrestling and the world stood still. So tell me what you think. Like and comment the video. PM me if you have any questions and we'll discuss it. Maybe a Skype call or something. Just tell me what you guys think and let me know, because this was the turning point for wrestling, in my opinion. They just don't make them like they used to. So I want to thank y'all for watching. Remember, we all have a video camera, we all have internet, and we all have an opinion.